How do the advantages compare between the K-52 Alligator and AH-64 Apache helicopters in various aspects such as attack capability, endurance, and the technology used? One of the most prominent is the location of the radar. The Apache's radar is on top, allowing the Apache to monitor the situation without having to come out from behind cover such as hills, trees, buildings, or other tall objects. This means that the Apache can also lock onto a target while hiding, which then fires at another Apache unit that is at a safer distance. Apache friends who launch missiles do not need to use the radar. As long as they are connected via the data link system, they can share information regarding the target. The Ka-52 also has a radar and can do the same thing as the Apache, but the radar is located in the nose. So if you want to really lock on the target, the Ka-52 has to really come out from behind cover. Another advantage of the Apache is the aiming system for the autocannon used. The Apache operator can aim the weapon simply by looking at the target because the weapon is connected to the weapon operator's helmet. I don't know whether the Ka-52 is connected to the weapons operator's helmet, but the Ka-52 can't move as freely as the Apache. It is also located on the side, so the visibility of the Ka-52 autocannon is much more limited. Regarding durability, the Ka-52 and Apache seem to be quite comparable. Both are designed to withstand direct fire up to 23mm caliber or equivalent. The pilot is protected all around. Even between the pilot and operator, there is additional protection. If the helicopter is hit by a missile from the front, it is hoped that the pilot behind will still have a chance of surviving. Even though they both use bulletproof glass, once an explosion passes through, they can both die immediately. But the Ka-52 design has its own advantages. This helicopter can still fly safely without a tail. If Apache encountered a case like this, it would definitely lose its balance and fall. The tail of the Ka-52 is not used for direct flight control, only to provide balance and stability when flying. Important, but not immediately fatal if lost or simply broken at the end. This propeller design also makes the Ka-52 relatively more agile than the Apache, although the difference in agility is not necessarily very large. Helicopters like this are still more stable when performing quite extreme maneuvers, but of course, how good such maneuverability is will really depend on the pilot's abilities, not just the specifications or design of the helicopter alone. And finally, the Ka-52 has one feature that almost no other helicopter has: an ejection seat. Ka-52 pilots still have a chance of surviving. If the helicopter is hit by a fatal attack, they can get out like fighter jet pilots. The propeller will be released first before the pilot is ejected and lands with a parachute. The Apache does not have this safety feature. If it is hit by a fatal attack, then the pilot just hopes that he can survive after the helicopter crashes to the ground. In terms of technology, I think both are almost the same, or at least one level. The two helicopters were born with different doctrines and needs, so the characteristics and style of play between the Apache and Ka-52 are definitely different too. If you want to compare it exactly apples to apples, it might not be completely relevant.